Back in 2017, when Land Rover launched this, the Discovery 5, it's fair to say that Car Sales was a bit of a fan. In fact, we voted it our Car of the Year. Now, fast forward 4 years later, and it's time for a facelift for the Discovery. The good news, it gets a full range of all new engines and plenty of new tech. The bad, it costs $27,000 more. So the thing is it still a compelling SUV? And would you choose one over an Audi Q7?
So, what's changed on the outside?
Not that much. New headlamps, these nifty DRLs, new grille, tweaked bumper. At the back of the car, new lamps, and I don't know if this is just me, but I'm sure the button to open the boot used to be under the V. Now it's under between the S and C. It doesn't make any sense. Of course, the big things have happened both under the bonnet and in the cabin. So inside, we have Land Rover's latest PV Pro infotainment system, and it really does freshen up the cabin. It looks like a much newer car in here. The advantage of the PV Pro is it's much quicker to use, it's simpler to use, it's nice to use, and it has over-the-air updates, so it will never go out of date. Other things, digital dashboard, and also some nicer material. Yeah, soft touch material, so it feels a bit more expensive, because it is. And in the back of the facelifted Discovery, well, it remains the perfect car for a large family. There's 7 seats, and there's now, get this kids, there's now a charger for every occupant of the car. There's also five Isofix seats if you're going to be that silly and have that many children.
Under the bonnet of the facelifted Discovery, the big change is that the former 2-litre turbo diesel is no longer available, and the 3-litre V6 turbo diesel has also been deleted from the range. In their place is the option of 2 3-litre Ingenium inline 6 cylinders that get JLR's trick 48-volt mild hybrid tech. Unusually, Land Rover has taken the option of reintroducing a petrol engine into the Discovery in the Australian market. And the petrol we drove had 265 kilowatts of power and 500 newton meters of torque. That's enough for a very brisk 0 to 100 kilometers sprint of just 6.5 seconds at a 209 kilometers per hour top speed. That is unprecedented levels of performance for a Discovery. Despite its newfound performance, Land Rover hasn't been tempted to dial up the sportiness of its medium-sized SUV. So when you hit some corners, there's still plenty of body roll. But we don't mind, because this is still a decent, comfortable SUV with a supple ride. But I think the real reason you'll buy the petrol over the diesel is its incredible levels of refinement. At highway speeds, you simply cannot hear it. And then you put your foot down and it fires you down the road. Inside, you can see how engineers and designers have tried to up the Discovery's game. We're talking there's a new steering wheel, nice soft finishes, but most importantly is the introduction of the PV Pro system. It just brings the whole car up to date. You also have to remember, as well as comfortable and decent to drive on-road, thanks to its air suspension, locking differentials and terrain response 2 electronics, the 4-year-old Discovery remains the most capable SUV off-road, and it can still tow a class-leading 3.5 tonnes. So few cars manage to do as much as the Disco. Sure, there are some more stylish 3-row SUVs out there. We're looking at you, Volvo XC90. And there's 7-seat SUVs that are also better to drive, but none can beat the Land Rover's all-round abilities.
The Land Rover Discovery should arrive in Australia in the next couple of months, and when it does, prices will kick off, well, a smidge under $100,000, which is a big increase over the last model. But for that extra $27,000 the Discovery now costs, it has the engine it's always deserved, and Land Rover Australia says it will throw in an extra $32,000 worth of options, which means that the 3-row luxury SUV is still worth considering over rivals like the Audi Q7.